And we're live. Time to send out the notifications. I'm your host, Get Good Fox. This is MechWarrior 5. Back in the Inner Sphere. We're done with the backwards way of the clans. And we're back in the good old Inner Sphere to continue the campaign that you guys voted for. We're going to be using your mech builds today. And that's because most of you wanted builds that involved the usage of Lost Tech, and I wasn't able to use Lost Tech until the very end of the game. But we are there now, so we're at the end of the game, meaning we're going to get to use your mech builds. Everyone whose build is going to be used has been informed. You know, we'll see. I'm not sure when they'll be in the show. I will try to use them in the order of, like when they leave a comment. But otherwise, that is going to be the plan. Otherwise, we're going to focus on earning some money and just trying to collect more of the mechs because, we don't have all of them yet. As usual, though, I'm joined by my co-host, Dr. Sheriff Crab. How's it going?
It's going real good. I thought I'd look at some of the viewers' builds, and some of them look like things I've tried in the past, a little bit tried and tested. There's a Annihilator in there with a whole bunch of LB-10Xs, and I gotta be honest, you already know that thing's gonna put stuff in the ground. So I'm looking forward to it because there's some stuff I also wouldn't have thought to have tried. So this could be quite educational, perhaps.
Yeah, there's one that's a joke build in there. I'll let you try to figure out which one you think is the joke build, but I already know that he created it as a joke build. That'll be a build. That's all I can say about that. It's a build. But yeah, so we are a little bit behind schedule, about 20 minutes late, and that's because it takes. I always underestimate how long it takes to actually customize mechs. Like once you throw them in the cold storage in order to save money on costs, once you pull them out again, it actually takes a while to customize everything, and I always underestimate it. Plus, I also went through our log of our backlog of items. Let me go ahead and reveal the stream. And by that, I mean I sold off all of our excess gear. And that brought us basically from about 17 million, which is what we were at after we spent all that money last time, plus the amount of money we had to pay waiting to get to 3050, just skipping time, like letting time pass by. And now we're back up to 96 million C-bills, which is pretty comfortable. We definitely need more than that in order to continue things, but it's a pretty good start. I believe the first thing we're going to do is look for the Basilisk. You said that was at Bring her. Okay, there it is, right there. Bring her home. So we need to bring her home to get that one. That'll get us the Victor of Basilisk, which is I like. Not only is the Victor Basilisk. Oh wait, that's who do we need to take out? Let me see. Factions. Okay, so the McCarran's Armored Cavalry is the last unit that we need to knock out. Let's see if we can knock out McCarran's Armored Cavalry real fast to get that last credit. After that, we'll just have to farm bounty hunter credits in order to access his mission, which we actually need to do because you guys voted for the Marauder, and one of the mechs that comes from his mission is a Marauder model, so that's what we're going to do. All right, time to take off.
I think I've worked out which one might be the joke build, perhaps.
Is that so?
Who came up with this monstrosity, may I ask?
Corgi did.
Yeah.
It's
a man of culture. I'm not sure which culture it is, but
yeah, I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
You'll know whether it's the joke build or not based on if you're scratching your head of how to orderize its weapon groups. Then you found the correct one. I'll put it that way.
I think just Alpha Strike might be the only option of that.
I think I put one of those in too as an Alpha Strike because I was like.
I think it's the only option since I don't even know where to start.
Okay, so I think the Big Mac is going to show up in this because this one's paying out 9.5 million C-bills, and then there's one of a similar difficulty that's only paying 3 million C-bills out. I think that's pretty good evidence that Big Mac is going to show up. So this is the one we're going to want to go for. We're going to work for FedCom. Yeah, that's fine. Like, eventually they'll hate us, but I guess for now they can stay We could, like, you know, we'll utilize them. So, let me go ahead and get some damage coverage in. Probably don't need that. I don't know how much damage. Well, you know, we're using some unstable builds, or builds that I'm not necessarily confident in, so maybe let me add a little bit in.
Will be limited out there and have adverse effects on your sensors.
So, let me get some pilots loaded in. All right, so let's get started on our builds. And I believe let's begin with... I'm going to use probably... Is this a demolition mission?
Yes.
Okay, so I will use Dara's Annihilator.
Nothing is gonna be very good on this mission.
And his Annihilator is the 1E. So it's the binary laser one. Wait, is this a good mission for? Oh, it's in a really hot climate, so maybe I don't want to use that one actually.
Let me see which ones again.
I'm trying to find one that I think would like match decently. I'm gonna use Moonraven's. I'm gonna use Moonraven's Victor DS because I'm pretty confident with that one. So this is Moonraven's Victor Dragon Slayer. Yeah, Victor Dragon Slayer. What he has on it is an LBX AC-10 and a PPCX. It kind of doesn't even matter what you put on it after that. That's already a perfectly logical setup. Then it has, you know, a pair of medium lasers, an LRM-10 for some utility, and then it has, you know, a healthy amount of ammo, plenty of heat sinks. We could upgrade some of those to double heat sinks if we wanted to, but this is how he designed it in the base setup. And then it is basically fully armored as well. So I'm pretty confident in this build. Like, I don't see why this build wouldn't be good. We have 360 tons available to us, so let me put our allies in something.
I'm going to try out Delta Coyote's King Crab Quadruple Zero. Why not? Why not?
That one he wanted a very specific color scheme on, so let's yeah. That
Let me
one.
see a bit closer.
Yeah, I thought it was black and purple, but it's actually like black, dark purple, and purple. Like when I looked at it more closely, he didn't give me the exact the hexa tags, which is how you can tell what color is what. But I just looked at it closely and I could tell. So yeah, let's get in there.
It's good.
Yeah, I know the big Mech should drop a lance in, but this is like a difficulty 79, so I don't think it's going to be the worst.
An industrial complex marked on your tactical
So what's the
display.
weapon groups on this thing?
Our employer wants it gone.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
We aim to
Yep.
please.
Nice.
Light that complex up like a New Year's celebration, Commander.
A cicada right off the jump.
Something's wrong, Commander.
All right,
yeah, here we go.
and the big Mech is here.
Dropship closing in on your position.
Maybe we can knock them out before they get here. Oh, right behind us.
They are currently attacking me through their dropship.
I'm gonna target the Zeus. I get. Wait, there. Yeah. The Zeus has light armor, so I guess I'm gonna go for the Zeus.
Okay, I'm on it with you.
Complete the mission if you can.
They are absolutely blasting me down right now.
Okay, we got him. Okay. They're on me now. I'm gonna target the King Crab. Oh wow! Did you just blast him through his rear armor?
I think you headshot it actually.
Man, there was too much smoke. I couldn't tell what got him, but.
So, my first, I know this is a pretty hot biome, but this thing is very spicy.
Good job, Commander.
Yeah, we will take a look at it.
We'll think twice before trying that again.
And we do have people submitting. We have people submitting builds from a wide variety of skill levels. So, you know, like I don't have a problem critiquing the builds either, just because you know it is an opportunity to.
For education.
Yeah, as well as like you know, if something doesn't work, it's kind of a puzzle to solve. You know, like how much can it be changed while still kind of resembling the original. Like, I think that's a kind of interesting idea. Blaster down in the chat says, what is up? What the bolt? Yeah, we're getting started. We're using the viewers' builds. These are the builds that you submitted in the Discord, and now I'm going to use them. Oh, wow, there's a whole lance in there. Long live MechWarrior says, hello, guys. How's it going? Welcome to the... We just got started. This is a pretty nasty group. I think I'm going to go for that Rifleman, though. He's the lightest
I'm
of
on with
them.
you.
After that, probably that Highlander. The Highlander's a green pilot.
Okay, I'm being focus fired currently. Which really is not a bad thing.
Okay, they are on me, so I'm going to have to take cover real soon.
Leave nothing left for them to salvage.
All right, I'm just gonna smash my way into here because they are focusing the hell out of me.
They've turned.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Okay, they're back on you again.
Damn, I didn't even do anything. All right, I'm getting on this Highlander.
I beat him up pretty badly.
That's him. Pretty nasty defenses at this base.
Yeah, it's a pretty high level mission, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 79. I could finally make use of the LRMs. I haven't had a chance to use the LRMs on this, but that's kind of fine. The LRMs are mainly a utility type of weapon, I believe, on this build. Because if we used SRMs, the mech would overheat too quickly. Like, it wouldn't be able to use everything simultaneously.
I do think PVCX and LB 10X AC is going to be a really nice combo. I think that's going to be like a common sort of thing.
Yeah, it works really nicely. One thing I like about PPCX on these buildings is it has a little bit more spread, and the spread actually is good on the buildings. Whereas LBX AC does not have as much spread, and it's not quite as good on buildings.
We're halfway there.
We got dropship.
This is one of these bases that just has a huge amount of durability.
Dropship and a random light mech coming in from the distance.
Okay. It's a Jenner. 4 pulse lasers. That's kind of interesting.
Now we got a bunch of helicopters.
Okay, there's a medium mech that's almost made it here. What is that meat? Okay, it's a Shadowhawk.
And something heavy as well. Ooh, I just got a
Payday is nearly here,
bit of a
just keep smashing.
spinning.
Okay, I got the light mech. There's a Dargon. The Dargon's playing it smart, keeping his distance. I hate it when the AI uses the dragon correctly. I much prefer it when they just get very aggressive, but sometimes you get a smart pilot that actually uses the dragon at a distance, which is definitely the way the dragon would operate. Okay, now it's getting stupid. It just needed a moment to get stupid.
The facility's gone cold. All power signatures gone.
Okay, so the good news is the facility's down.
This complex for quite a bit. Time to get out of here, Commander.
There's the Shadowhawk.
I see it. I am caught on something. Where is the way out? The way out is over there. Trying to get away from this guy because I got like some armor breaches. I'm just going to start heading towards the exit. It's unfortunately pretty far away though.
Another dropship.
Yeah, I see that. I'm going to try to get some distance on it.
That
That
Shadowhawk
Shadowhawk
literally
is just... That Shadowhawk is like absolutely a survivor right now. All right, I'm 800 meters off of the objective. Jet Knight Gaming says, how does the voting work? The way the voting works is you need to submit a build in my Discord. I'll show it to you real fast. This section right here, the MW5 viewer builds, you submit one as long as it's within the rules, and I will pin it, and then if I have the equipment available, I will build it and use it on screen. If you need an invite into the Discord, I will get you one. Has to be in the Discord, though, because that's the only way I'm going to remember the build, because I need a screenshot of it to know what it looks like and what the colors are. Let me see. Let me get a Discord link going. There we go. So that is how you do the voting, and the way it's going to work is we will both use the mech, one each. Okay, that got us to level 9 on Intel. So yeah, we just have to farm out level 10. Why did we get arena? We got like arena rating.
Yeah, I got that as well.
That's kind of weird.
Oh, we need Shadowhawk. We need that.
Oh, that 1P.
Yep, we haven't got that yet.
That's interesting. How did he get snuck in there?
He was that. No, he was the one at the end.
We got a Highlander out of that. We don't need that, but I can sell it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
You can go into cold storage. You can go into cold storage. You can go into cold storage.
So,
okay, so we did the main thing we wanted to. Now what we're going to do is do bring her home, because that's going to get us the Victor Basilisk.
what did you think of the Victor?
So the let me see, whose was that? That was Moonraven's Victor Dragon Slayer. And like I said, that did exactly what I thought it would do. Like that was a very logically, not adventurous. Not that that's a problem. Like no one is required to be adventurous, but it's a very no nonsense. Just using exactly the kind of weapons that would be effective. It's not overly aggressive. Like it has enough heat sinks, which was impressive considering how hot that environment. That would that the sulfur biome is a pretty hot environment, but yeah, overall that was it was good. I will use I want to make sure that I don't lose track of the ones that we're using, so I'm going to go ahead and skip time forward, and then like I'm going to use the one you just did. So
yeah,
we'll do bring her home. Get a little bit of salvage. We'll get a little bit of damage coverage. What about you? So what did you think about the king? Anything I should know about the king crab before I?
Yeah, a few things. One, it's about 100 armor below what it probably would be if it was max armor. So I feel like this build has been taken, put in place, and then just the weapons put in and the armor not maxed out. It gets very hot, and it's quite difficult to engage both an LRM and AC-20s at the same time because you need to be in quite a close range. So yeah, I mean it's not horrendous to be honest, but it's not. Yeah, we'll see. I think this is more a fault of AC-20 rapid fire, to be honest, than it is a fault of the build. But we'll see.
Well, let me see how. So let me see what we're dealing with on this mech. So we've got a pair of AC-20 rapid fires. We have an ER large laser. We have an LRM-10 Artemis, and then we've got 4 tons of AC-20 ammo. That makes sense. Like you are going to need a lot of ammo. In fact, that might not. You might actually need a little more ammo than that, possibly. You've got the 1 ton of ammo for the LRM-10. That's fine. I don't see a problem with that. You have the ER large laser, and then you've got a double heatsink, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single heatsinks. I'm not quite sure why we're mixing the heatsink types when we've got more critical slots. Like this would definitely benefit from just using pure double heatsinks, but I did it exactly according to the build. The build is exactly, I mean, aside from the weapon quality, I wasn't always able to match weapon quality, but the items are in the exact slots according to the screenshot. So, like, I'm not sure what the decision-making process was for using a single, using one double heatsink and then 5 single heatsinks. Just upgrading all those into double heatsinks would immediately improve the mech's cooling, because I can tell just by looking at this that the cooling that it has, 1.7 cooling per second, that is not enough. I don't even think that's enough for the AC-20 rapid fires, because AC-20 rapid fire is an extremely hot weapon. It has all the heat of the AC-20, but it shoots very quickly. So, like, yeah, I could easily see this being a really hot mech, as well as if you were in a hot biome, it would be even more of a concern. Yes, I also noticed what you're talking about. The armor is at a 480. It's not just that, though. Once again, this is not a mistake on the armor. I copied everything exactly. What I believe happened here is, so this is one of Delta Coyote's builds. I believe what Delta did was, I think he just used the command to max the armor. And when you use the command to max the armor, it does not, it assigns the forward armor and the rear armor equally. And that's why we see, like, you know, on the right torso and the left torso, we've got 42 forward armor, 42 rear armor. And then on the center torso, we've got 47 forward armor, 47 rear armor. And once again, like, that is exactly the way the build was submitted. Like, I copied the build, like, as close as I could get. You know, the weapon quality is really the only difference. And you don't need that much rear armor. And it's definitely going to make your forward armor feel on the fragile side. Like, it's you're definitely going to feel a bit soft. Like, 42 armor is probably what we'd expect, like, a medium mech to have. Not an assault mech. Like, let's see what, like, let's see some of the medium mechs we've got here. Like, what do you got? 34. So, yeah, this is like 10 armor less on the forward armor. The Shadowhawk has 38 forward armor. So, yeah, basically, like, early heavy mech, later medium mech, that's about the armor that this King Crab has. I think some very simple decisions could be made to, like, greatly improve the effectiveness here. And like I said, in my opinion, I think the armor situation is just an oversight. Like, I think that I just forgot to tune the armor. On the other hand, I do think that the lack of armor, like, you know, we're down, like, let me see how many tons. We're at 480 armor right now. We're missing 446 armor. I definitely think that is just, you know, like a tactical decision to fit more in. But it's definitely going to make the mech feel a little soft. Like, once we both use it, I will tinker with this and we'll reuse it.
Yeah,
but
I think
let's go ahead and get in there.
I think there is some pretty simple things that can be done to just improve it a little bit, like the double heatsink thing. I do think you'll maybe see what I'm saying. I actually really like the ER large laser. I think that's a really nice addition. It's really good at getting rid of those really big helicopters.
With the extra reach.
But yeah, a bit extra reach, and it punches quite hard as well. I know it's tier 5 in fairness, but to be honest, I find it very hard to engage the LRM-10 armor. To be honest, it doesn't do enough damage either, in my opinion. So it might be a case of you remove that to get the armor up and get the double heatsinks up. The AC-20s weren't too bad, but you do need to get behind some enemies for it to do something.
Patching it through now.
I hope you received this in time.
I don't remember this one very well.
My military command and I were.
I do. You basically, I think this is a war zone, I think. And there's like 30 enemies or something, I'm pretty sure.
I've taken shelter at a nearby town, but well, I'm not sure how long we can.
Chubby said, no, we actually have only done one mission. We started 20 minutes late as I needed more time to prepare mechs because it takes a while to build mechs from scratch.
Please help us.
Yeah, we just forget, don't we?
I mean, I was actually, I was working for 4 hours. I was getting everything prepared for 4 hours. Like, basically 4 hours before the stream, I was doing stuff. Right, this is a chance for me to use the Artemis LRM.
It all happened so fast. Listen, most of my security detail has been destroyed. Right now, your only line of defense against these bastards. Keep them from reaching us, then we can talk.
Nothing on scopes at the moment, but don't get comfortable. Hostiles have been reported in the area.
Enemy forces are
Oh, this thing has some recoil, let me tell you.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Is this guy trying to snipe?
So, I say.
What were you saying?
I can tell already I like this build. Like, I really, really, really like LB-10XAC. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. That shotgun just feels so nice.
It's such a huge improvement over the standard AC5 or the AC10 rather.
Yeah, it really is. Both of them, even the solid slug as well, but the shotgun one is nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it to make that much of a difference, but it definitely makes a difference.
Clear the area. That mech is about to go critical.
We're not
Another
really
noise, but
fighting a large enough quantity of enemies for me to really experience the heat on this mech, just because, like, you know, they're kind of skirmishing at the moment.
New target, Phoenix Hawk.
I'm sure that'll change, though, once the mission kind of gets cracking. Not everybody requested a color scheme. I used the color scheme wherever possible, but if somebody did not request a color scheme, I either did one of two things. I either A, left the mech in its standard color scheme, or I just used their profile picture and just chose colors out of it.
Hey, we're the ones paying you. Shoot the other guys.
Your city's only 3% destroyed. You're gonna be good. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Destroyed.
You're
Yeah,
cleaning house right now.
Sometimes I just take a shortcut through buildings, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we only got to keep it above 40% for the bonus. I don't even remember what we're bringing home, like, or why we need to bring things home.
Duke Thaddeus Cole's daughter.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, she's when we rescue her and then she's, like, on a mission. She's like, I'm trying to, like, do some bullshit. I think I remember that now. I'm just trying to get to the fight. Like, they're sending such, like, meager opponents.
I'll let you engage the next ones. I won't blast them.
I mean, I just need something that doesn't die instantly. Even if they send a light mech, I don't want to destroy a light mech. I need to find something that actually, like, puts the mech to the test.
I do think this mission is full of a lot of small crap, if I remember correctly.
The kill target's pretty high. 26 enemies.
Yeah. I think
Glitch
it is
Online
all-
says anything above 1% is a mission success. That is true. And you don't even get paid that much for a bonus.
That times you destroy. That's crazy.
I hear choppers, but I don't. Oh, they're behind me.
Yeah, give a go on the laser on that then.
Oh wow, just like lanced it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, it's nice.
I almost killed it on contact.
Target acquired.
To be honest, I would never have thought of putting your large laser on a thing like that. I normally try and fill the missile slot, but to be honest, like, I'm thinking now on my Gauss rifle when I might make a quick addition to that, so it's a nice little idea actually.
I'm sending the lance to deal with that locust in there. I don't know if they'll be able to catch it, but that's what they're going to try to do.
We just lost our prime real estate.
Let's see this woman here. Honestly, if there's anyone that annoys me in this game, it's her.
I just like how she's all armored up. She's like got like the flak jacket on, like the helmet and everything. She's like very concerned about dying.
She's a health and safety woman.
Here we go. Oops. Some of those shots are going wide. Yeah, okay, so now I'm actually overheating a bit. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now I gotta wait. Fortunately, my armor is in perfectly, or it's in decent condition. Alright, here we go again. So yeah, the problem is that these AC-20s get really hot because it has the same heat of a standard AC-20 is the issue. Yeah, this thing needs way better heat management.
Yeah.
Even with the AC-20s alone, it's overheating.
That's why and like, do you not find it really hard when you're when you're fighting so close up, getting the LRMs, in my opinion, engaged is quite difficult.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I think the LRMs are once again just for like swatting down vehicles or something like that, but it might not be necessary with the ER large laser.
Yeah, that's kind of my opinion as well, to be honest. I think it's a really obvious fix is just to get rid of that to save some space, get the armor buffed up and the heat sinks as well.
Yeah, I think dumping the heat sinks, tuning the armor, and then or not, or upgrading the heat sinks to double heat sinks, tuning the armor, and then maybe even just dumping that
I mean,
that
that's gonna give you,
LRM
like,
altogether.
it's like gonna give you like 6 or 7 tons to play with if you get rid of that thing.
Yeah, then it'll just be a question of how much ammo it needs. Wow, this mission is really not that impressive.
No, it's a pain in the ass if I remember correctly.
I think the largest thing we fought is like a Shadowhawk.
And a bunch of Vulcans. I don't remember if the last wave's a little bit more.
Glitch
fun.
Online says she's that kind of management that makes sure she's overprotected while shouting at you. Yeah, she's like the cowardly, the shrill but cowardly middle management. Red Eric says AC-20 rapid fire, not a fan. They're basically AC-5s with an extra weight penalty. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. This is a viewer build. So, like, you know, we're giving it a try. And I don't know, sometimes people have interesting ideas. I keep wanting to like the AC-20 rapid fire,
New target Shadowhawk.
but I keep getting reminded why I don't like the AC-20 rapid fire, I'll put it that way. I think part of it is that it just kind of defeats the purpose of the AC-20. Like, the AC-20
Target
was supposed to like chunk all of its damage into these big fat shots. I think it just kind of defeats the purpose of the weapon. I would much rather use burst fires, I think.
Yeah, do you know that's something we need to try as well? We haven't really done much of them yet.
It's just like rifle burst fire. I just think rifle burst fire just totally defeats the purpose of rifle. Because like the whole advantage to rifle is that it does a lot of damage up front on a lightweight, all in one
And
area.
really accurate.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
accurate, lightweight, does all its damage up front in one lump sum. But once you put it to rapid fire, you lose like one of the main appeals, which is like the really concentrated damage.
To an unforeseen situation, Commander. The Duke
Yeah.
was hurt in the assault, but only received minor injuries. He wants to talk to you.
If we rescue-
I bet the Duke had less
Buffer.
armor on than that lady.
Late last night, my estate was attacked by an unknown battalion, led by a...
I hate his
strange
breathing
victor.
in this. He
They-
breathes too much. Listen,
they've taken
end
my
of every sentence.
Commander, she's the only family I have left. So I beg you, help me bring her home.
Why is he doing that?
Got
What's
the
Brew up to?
coordinates, Commander. We're good to go.
Like
When-
Bruising,
PGI was
clapping
like,
cheeks.
you're like a guy who's like tired, and he's like, you're like a planetary governor who's tired. So you know, make sure you're like.
You can imagine in the recordings booth, that's the noises he's making. I'd be like, what are you doing, bro?
Imagine being the guy who has to like do quality control while you're just listening to it. Like the
No,
guy who
because
has to like.
the Jedgers.
Oh. 1.8 million C-bills for the J. Edgars and a AC-10 burst fire tier 5. Pretty good
Stick
quality. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and recustomize that mech. Let me go ahead and just do that real fast. So this is what I think needs to be done to this mech. First, let's repair everything. The first thing that needs to be done is I'm just gonna dump the Artemis altogether, and then I'm going to retune the armor. I think that's gonna help a lot. Just retuning the armor.
Yeah.
Gonna greatly improve its durability. Also, it just needs more armor in general. Like a mech like this, a very close combat mech like this, it needs to have the armor. Like it needs the
It does,
armor.
yeah.
So we're just gonna armor all the way up. Yeah, look at that. That's actually using up a lot of our space. Like where there are many tons of armor missing, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so we got 3 tons left. Let's go ahead and drop all these heat sinks and upgrade them into doubles. And I think I just want to leave it like this. So we basically, what we're doing is we're removing the Artemis system. We are removing the ammo. And the Artemis LRM-10, so it's the weight of the LRM-10 plus 1 extra ton because Artemis system weighs an extra ton. And then we're also shedding the 1 ton of ammo, and that's going to allow us to harden the armor. And it's going to allow us to, and then we are going to upgrade the single heat sinks into double heat sinks. That's going to bring our cooling from 1.7 up to 2.7, and I think that's going to help a lot. Wow, 109 days to have that.
So the other question is the Victor DS and what revisions need made on it. Honestly, I think Moonraven did a really nice job with that mech. I think it's definitely very viable, very functional.
Yeah. I mean, is there some room for improvement? Like technically, like we could upgrade the double heat sinks. Yeah, we could upgrade into double heat sinks.
We could upgrade to double heat sinks and probably remove a bunch of single heat sinks. Because to be honest, it really does not get hot. And you could probably upgrade into medium pulse lasers or something if you fancied it, because it really doesn't get that warm, to be honest. Like, I'll be honest, I really like it. I think it's a really nice build. 2 shotguns and a bunch of lasers. The LRM-10, again, is just a functional weapon. The fact that it can fit there is quite nice. Like, it doesn't offend me being there or not being there. I don't think I mean, you could maybe put an SRM in, but I think it'll get too hot with an SRM. So, yeah, I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, let's do pulse lasers. I agree. Let's go in.
Maybe some knuckles, if you thought that you could take it. But to be honest, I think it's a very functional mech as it is. I certainly wouldn't mind playing this. I think if I was playing this on my own, I probably wouldn't put an LRM on it. But that's just me. But it doesn't offend me being there by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a really good mech. So well done.
No, yeah. So this is all we're gonna do to it. Really, we're really not changing it. It's not really getting changed. It's just being
bumped up, I guess.
Fully upgraded. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we're basically just going from medium lasers to medium pulse lasers, heat sinks, single heat sinks to doubles. Obviously, the double heat sinks are pretty bulky, so we're still sneaking a few singles in there, where necessary. And yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be more cooling than is necessary. So you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
We probably don't need 3 cooling. So what if I put on? An arena fist? I don't think an arena fist is necessary, but
No,
I'd have to remove 7 heat sinks for that. That's a little too much. Let's do a hammer fist. Hammer fist is going to take us from 12.5 damage to 25 damage, and we just have to remove 2 heat sinks.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's a nice idea. Yeah, honestly, it's a really good mech. I have to say, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think you could do anything much better with it, to be honest.
Yeah, so that was Moonraven 83's Victor. I keep probably want to call it the Death Speaker because that's like an enemy in a video game, but it's the Dragon Slayer, and also Coyote's King Crab. What do you call it? Quadruple Zero.
Yes.
So let me mark them that we have looked at those. All right, so we're gonna go and load up the next mission.
Oh yeah, random fact. So the King Crab Kaiju, do you remember it said Ebra on the side?
Yeah. But does that mean something?
So apparently in 1966 there was a movie came out where King Crab, what am I on about? Where Godzilla fought a massive lobster. This is a Japanese Hong Kong, and that massive lobster is called Ebra. Yeah.
That's funny.
And
okay.
And it is a kaiju, allegedly, because it's a big monster from...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know what the...
A kaiju is just a giant, building, a giant, mech-sized monster, basically.
Yeah, so, pretty cool. I googled that yesterday after the stream, actually.
Okay, so let's use another one. Let me use...
So, yeah, I need to look at the list again.
I might use
What is this mission?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about this mission, unfortunately. Let me take a look.
First, to secure a landing zone. Could this potentially be a beachhead? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It sounds like it. Securing a landing makes me think it's a beachhead. So I'm going to use Chubby Demon's Kintaro 20. He did not give me a color scheme, so I'm just leaving it in the standard colors of the channel.
I am going... Now, I don't know if Dara's here, but I might give Dara's Archer... I believe it's Dara's Archer 2P. Am I right in saying it's Dara's? Yes,
that is his Archer 2P.
Yep, that's good. I was going to use it in the previous demolition mission, and then I realized that streak SRMs aren't going to lock onto any building, so I quickly gave up with that idea and decided to go with the king crab. So let's see how this goes. I like the hammer. The hammer looks really cool.
Oh yeah, and if you are one of the people I pinged on Discord, leave a message in the chat so that I know that you're, because like I'll pick the mechs as they fit, but if you are currently watching, I will go out of my way to, you know, try to fit them in.
Oh, Dara just landed, so you'll get to see, you'll kind of get to see it in the periphery, I guess. Yeah, it was a beachhead.
Okay, it definitely was a beachhead. So the, this mech should be pretty good at beachhead just because it's not slow. So this is Chubby Demons, Kintaro 20. The reason we couldn't make it was because we needed to be able to use Lost Tech because it uses a pair of Streak SRM2s. It also uses a PPCX and 2 medium lasers. Kind of interesting setup. Not something that I would have considered using. Maybe if I was just being kind of random, but. I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea just because it's easy to overarm this mech. This mech can get overarmed very easily, and then you wind up just overheating all the time, so I actually think it could work out pretty nicely. And I probably need to use Streak SRMs a bit more frequently.
Are you a fan or are you not a fan?
Dara, we have not used any of this is the first time one of your mechs has been used on stream, so like we have not gotten to it yet.
We kind of wanted to wait for people if they thought they would join.
Where possible, yeah.
I like Streak SRMs, but the one big weakness of it is the fact that you can't just fire when you want. You know, being held to like ransom when you can shoot basically is a little annoying.
It's nice that it does give you like the maximum rate of fire, since like you can just kind of hold the trigger down, but at the same time, yeah, it is kind of annoying that you can't dumbfire. Like, it's too bad it doesn't have like an override where you could just fire anyways. It also would be nice, I mean, because the clans have all of the different Streak SRMs, you know, 2, 4, 6. I might cut across and go after those. Like, I might cut across and go for that base there. Oh no, you're already at it. That base that has 4 artillery guns.
Yeah, I'm heading that way at the minute. Yeah.
Target acquired.
To be honest, I'm pretty confident that this mech is not gonna get too much of a beating here.
Oh yeah, you're using Dara's Archer 2P.
I mean, even if the Streak SRMs aren't very much, we already know the hammer is going to be a bit of a slapper.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to make it. I mean, you could probably make a bad Archer 2P, but the Archer 2P just has really good equipment.
It's almost got like perfect hard points, to be honest.
Trying to make sure I don't awaken the base.
That target off the list.
Target acquired.
The Streak SRM2s are definitely much stronger than standard SRM2s because, I mean, they're like one-shotting helicopters and everything.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
I mean, it could be that they're accurate. Like, you know, maybe it's easier to miss. You know, like they have very high accuracy.
Yeah. Target destroyed.
I'm not sure if they necessarily do any more or less damage, but like I said, being accurate means you do more damage.
That's true. That's a technicality that I'm more than happy to agree with.
For these missions to be so highly rated on difficulty, like the resistance is like a bit low.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic, to be honest.
Like even with you detached from the Lance right now, like I'm not having any trouble in the firepower area. We're going through this comfortably. Like this kind of a mech is really good for these kinds of missions too, because we're able to very comfortably cover ground. The artillery is very easy to avoid.
To be honest, Dara, no, sure. Oh no, are you talking about the Annihilator, or are you talking about this thing? For the double
Probably
heat sinks,
the
'cause honestly,
Annihilator.
yeah, this thing has got no heat problems whatsoever.
Target destroyed.
I'm actually, to be honest, I don't even think you need double heat sinks in this thing at all.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Like, if this has heat sinks on, I might just honestly take them off.
Target acquired.
Because by the time you can fire again, it's gone from like 20 to like, yeah, 10 by the time you can even fire again, so it might be
We are
pointless.
just like walking through this area right now.
Okay, there's some extra artillery over here, I'm gonna go destroy it. There's like a whole...
We've got like 170 double heat sinks, so it shouldn't be a problem for us
Target
to
acquired.
equip things with double heat sinks. Like, I don't sell any double heat sinks either, so.
No. Yeah, well, I think it's a bit of a rare occasion where we could save some, because I really, like, again, I don't know if this thing has heat sinks on it or not, but yeah, honestly, I'm not convinced I need some.
Oh shit, I forgot I'm not a heavy mech, so I can't crash through the walls. Okay, they are dropping our allies in. A Locust and a Dargan.
Curious?
Even our allies are really light. Like this mission definitely seems deceptively lightweight. Or deceptively low difficulty for the advertised difficulty.
Target acquired.
Oh, I found an artillery cannon.
That's the target. Eliminate all the defenders.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Where is that artillery cannon at? Oh, wait, no. There's another artillery cannon hidden somewhere, but it probably doesn't matter.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
I see you found a charger.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, I shut down. But I took him out as well. Oh, no, now he got took out.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nope, let's grab a few more actually.
Okay, so there were some in the corner.
Sure. Clean up any stragglers before more show up. Stay nearby and keep enemy units out of the area while our ground troops deal with any locals and our techs hack into the control systems.
There's so many turrets on this level.
Look up. We've got hostile aircraft on approach.
Acquired.
Attention all forces. New command received. Fire on base. Repeat. Fire on base.
They're not done yet, Commander. And it looks like primary
Like, that's the
scouts
thing that
and
gets me is
Mech
there's
force
so
have
many
established.
junky enemies, like, just
It's so
crawling with
annoying.
junky
Like this
enemies.
helicopter's just like in a perfect range away from me, and I could easily kill it with standard SRMs, but I have to get into a certain range of these stupid things.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
You've got incoming. Stop them from recapturing the base.
We could probably just ignore the artillery, to be honest.
That's it, Commander. The
Yeah,
militia
we got
is free to land. They've been relayed and they're on approach. They'll be joining you shortly.
DMM insertion team has landed and is moving to assist you, Commander. Clear the way for the rest of them.
Target acquired.
Just getting swarmed by junky enemies.
Target locust. Target destroyed.
I got an armor breach on my rear armor for some. I don't know when somebody did that, but it shouldn't matter. Or I doubt it'll matter.
Target destroyed.
I have a breach of my forward facing armor actually.
I feel like this base is taking a little longer to capture than usual.
Radio chatter indicates more enemy units inbound.
I will say the Streak SRMs are nice for destroying really small targets like the Locust, because you don't have to worry about the accuracy very much.
Point captured, Commander.
Oh, shit.
Now you need to hold it.
Okay, now we don't have to stay trapped here.
Their main force is on its way. Get ready for the worst of it.
Yeah, look at these junky enemies. Like, what is this?
Taking heavy damage.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Ooh, I heard that. How does it feel to swing the mace around? Or the hammer?
It's slow, but it's very powerful.
That kill was mine.
A whole bunch of light mechs coming in.
I kind of might need to take a little bit of a back step here. I am like beat up. I actually might just go and hide, to be honest. There's no point in me losing any components.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Tango down.
Target destroyed.
We are ripping through these light mechs. Not that that's saying too much.
Target destroyed.
Okay, is that everyone? Nope, there's
No,
one more
there's
enemy
one more.
left in the assault.
They were all here.
I'm guessing
He
it's
ran
a.
away.
I'm guessing it's a tank.
Target
No, there was
acquired.
definitely 3 mechs, I thought. And this one didn't. Oh, there's a tank
Okay,
there.
it was,
Yeah,
uh,
it was.
yeah, that
Culprits are, they're
missile
falling
carrier.
back to their dropships and are leaving the system. What's more, the governor's daughter has been found alive and in good health. She wishes to speak
So
with
yeah,
you.
this mech wasn't
Acting
bad.
as
Like,
right now.
I mean, you know, who's gonna say no to a 81-kilometer mech with a PVC X? The
Yeah,
two medium
probably.
lasers were fine. The SRMs were not bad, actually. Like, they were handy for destroying some of the scurrying mechs. It can get a bit hot, but I feel like that's kind of inevitable with this kind of mech. I feel like it's just gonna get hot.
We'll talk soon.
We'll see. I don't remember what the situation is. Like, it might not need any changes at all. But if I can upgrade to double heat sinks, I'll upgrade to double heat sinks. That would be the only thing I would change.
Yep.
Um,
So, yeah.
that Charger's probably worth a lot. Chargers have a big engine, so you know they tend to retail for a lot. So let's grab that. All right, so let me
Yeah.
see. Nope, it already has double heat sinks. So there's basically nothing. There's really nothing I would change on this. I think this mech is fine the way it is.
So the 2P, I got to be honest. Like, okay, I really like the hammer. The hammer is freaky. I mean, 75 damage is insane.
I don't think I've
With
ever
the
used that
35 of
before.
the heavy. Yeah, it's really nice. I've never used it before either. But I'll be honest with you, I am not amazed by the Streak SRMs. It might be okay if you put some sort of like medium lasers alongside them. And what I would say is you've got 3 single heat sinks on here, 4 single heat sinks. I actually think they can all just go away, to be honest. I don't think they're necessary. The Streak SRMs, for some reason, do not seem to get very hot. I don't know if it's because they're not getting fired very
It's
often.
probably
I'm
because
not
they're
sure.
just
But-
SRM2s. Like they're not like a big SRM launcher. They're just an SRM2.
Yeah.
So it's a you're using a combined what SRM8. So it's
I
not...
think if you wanted to keep the Streak SRMs on this, I think the 3 single heat sinks need to go and 3 medium lasers need to come onto it.
Let
to
me
get
use
something else.
it once, and then we can.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and then
100%.
I'll let you revise this one though, since like you know you already have like an opinion on it. Like
But I'll tell you the truth. I don't imagine this is going to be better than just standard SRMs, but that's we'll see. We'll see. I hope it will be.
where do we need to go? Okay, bring her home.
Bring her home.
Let me actually go right over here and see if we can maybe speed up our construction process.
I mean, we kind of want to bring her home, but like she's not exactly like lighting us.
Yeah, she's got like other ideas or something like that. She's like, "Oh, I'm not coming home until you do my like wacky bullshit that I need done." Okay, so let's go ahead and cancel. The Archer doesn't need to be canceled, but the King Crab and that need to be canceled. What did we? Oh, all I did with this was upgrade to double heat sinks. I think that's all I did on this mech. Yeah, I don't think I did anything else on that. Maybe I can wiggle these around a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I think that's all I did on the Victor. Oh, no, I remember. I added a,
Hey, King Crab also got cancelled as well, so you'll need to redo what we did it.
Which one was it? The quadruple zero?
Yeah.
So for this one, I remember what I did. I took out the LRM, and I'm just going to do... We are going to max out the armor, tune the armor down real fast, and then correct the rear armor. Up it goes, and then we were just going to add a bunch of double heat sinks in. Oh, and I can move the ammo into the legs. Freeing up one more double heat sink. There we go. That looks fine to me. Yeah, that cut down like a good bit of the construction time. So let's go ahead and head over here. I'll go ahead and wait so we can reuse some of these mechs as well. But yes, we're using your builds finally. These are the mechs that you guys designed and submitted to me. I wasn't able to build all of them because some of them were still missing weapons. We're not able to make them. And sometimes you submitted a mech that I just don't have it. So, you know, we are creating your mechs of what we can currently. So you use, you probably need to use... I need to use the Archer. Oh, the Archer, I thought the Archer would have been repaired by now, but... Let me just throw some mechs on real fast in order to... There we go. Cheat through that. Alright, so this time I'll be using Dara's mech. Were there any mechs we need to inspect? Yeah, let me inspect Chubby's mech real fast. I forgot to show that. So this is Chubby's design for the Kintaro. We're dealing with the PPCX in the center torso, the 2 medium laser short bursts in the right arm, and then the 3 Streak SRM 2s across the arm and the side torso. Then you've got 3 double heat sinks and a ton of ammo, which, like I said, I think it's fine. You know, like, you know, I don't use Streak SRMs enough, so I don't really, you know, like, it's kind of interesting to use them.
So, is that what I'm using, the Kintaro?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll just load these guys up in something.
There's plenty of space, so don't be shy.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Can I bump them up into something?
You can actually bring both the King Crab as well. One with ghost rifles, I don't know if you want to bring it or not.
Kind of like afraid to bring them in something with that, but that's probably fine. Our allies don't contribute that much, so it's probably okay if they switch into that.
To be honest, they're more just a bullet sponge than anything.
I also just need to make more 100-ton, like, dummy mechs. I've never used the hammer before, so I'm kind of interested on that.
Pretty strong.
Give people the bop. The Shubadi bop.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. So this mech has no auxiliary weapons except for the Streak SRMs?
Yeah.
Target Phoenix Hawk. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Destroyed.
What do we need to do? We just need to... Okay, this is just like a raid-style mission.
That reactor's about to go.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup
Wait,
operation.
I didn't kill the engine. That's what it is.
Grab that one.
Alright, I'm grabbing the cargo. Got the cargo.
The more ballistics, the merrier.
destroyed.
Pow! One down.
Yeah, do you know what? The street gas arms do get kind of hot if you just hold it down. I wasn't holding it down before.
Yeah, yeah.
Mainly 'cause there was
If
the
you hold
bullet.
it down, then you get the best rate of fire, the maximum rate of fire.
In
'Cause
fairness,
it
I
is
wasn't
a-
very
it is
much
a pretty
hold it down on the last mission.
It is a pretty rapid fire weapon. Like, it doesn't take long for the missiles to recycle.
Yeah, I think there just wasn't very much for me to like hold the trigger down on in the last mission, to be honest. So
I mean, I'll do
Could be
it.
wrong about that.
I will hold the trigger down on some of these enemies. Have no
Target
fear.
acquired.
in which case we might need more heat sinks to make that thing work.
I mean, I need to fight like a thicker mech to see, like, you know, what the heat situation is going to look like.
Incoming missile.
No, there's one there. Give it a go.
Add one to my score.
It's like the clans would be like outraged by the. Did he just hit me with like a big stick? Yeah, if you hold the trigger down, I could see this eventually overheating. It would still take a little while though.
Target acquired.
That's one target down. How are you faring on your end, Samantha?
I've almost made it to the data vault. Whatever you're doing, it's working.
I'm just gonna head on
Moving
in
to
here
your
and
location.
give this guy the bop.
I just need you to buy me some more time. Take
Oh,
out
he
the
Don't you
avoided
rest
my
of the
attack.
Additional forces are being deployed near you.
I mean, I've just overheated.
Just wait until I give you the bop.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, there's a quick drop there. What's he doing up here?
Engagement on Leech target. Tango down.
Okay, we got him.
New target charger.
A charger. I was a little worried at first seeing a assault mech. Then I'm like, ah, it's a charger. Never mind.
Target destroyed. New target javelin.
No doubt about
Target
those.
acquired.
No doubt about that hammer though. That hammer hits hard.
Enemy mech down. Nice work.
I mean, this, yeah, like I said, this mech would eventually overheat, but it's still like, it still keeps up with the heat. I will say that.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. New target locust. Target destroyed.
One thing I do like the streak SRM is really nice against the very small mechs like the Locust. Like the tracking really helps you there.
That's right. It's not great against helicopter, to be honest, though.
A lot of fighting at this location. I got a little bit beat up there. Hopefully that's the vast majority of their forces, though. Red Eric says, I feel like the target lock speed upgrade is important for that build. That could be a good point there. Because you want like a little more agility on your target locking. Okay, so yesterday I streamed for basically 8 hours. That was a big stream. I wasn't expecting to go on so long.
Good. Ammunitions can be restocked.
I'm running on like relatively low sleep as well. Like I'm hoping the adrenaline carries me through at the moment. But I was not expecting the Nikkei stream to take 5.5 hours. Like, I looked at it when I exported it to YouTube. I'm like, what the hell? 5.5 hours? It didn't feel like it, though. Like, it did not feel like 5.5 hours. Like, it went by pretty quickly, but
Well, at
it's
least it
been a
was quite
long time
engaging.
since I've done that. I haven't done, like, 8 hours of streaming in a single day since, basically, when I was doing, like, State of Decay.
Hey, maybe this guy might like to shoot someone else. Like, leave me alone.
Target destroyed. Incoming missile.
I mean, I see our ally firing those binary lasers. I don't know how he's doing with them, but I see him doing it. Did he just overheat?
Yep.
Target destroyed.
So one of the questions I got from the community was, are we going to see more MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries DLC? And I just don't know the answer to that because, you know, I don't work at Piranha Games and we haven't heard anything. I don't even know if we'll get more Ghost Bear DLC for that matter, but, or not Ghost Bear, more Clans DLC. But obviously I would love to have more MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries DLC as opposed to Clans DLC. Really, it would be nice if they just made Clans a MechWarrior 5 DLC. Then you just have more gameplay and more.
Ooh, that's not a small charger. That's a big charger.
Oh, is he inside the base?
Yeah.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Incoming missile.
Oh, I see him.
Target
Oh, I see him.
destroyed.
I need to not get focused on by him. That would be great if that didn't happen.
Okay, they're on me.
Okay, he got my arm, but fortunately it was not the arm that had the hammer.
I have done an armor breach in this guy. He's lost half his mech.
Okay, I squished the Vulcan. I'm gonna help you with the charger real fast.
That's all you can do here, Commander. It's time to fall back. Commander, incoming message from Samantha.
Nice job with your diversion back there. You're a natural. I was able to extract exabytes worth of encrypted data from these guys.
Exabytes?
It's
Is that a
still
thing?
encryption process, so no
Yeah,
worries.
this like
Responsible for
mallet,
the attack
it
on my
definitely
father
bops the
just
shit
yet.
out of people.
One
There's
thing
no
that is
doubt about
clear
that.
is that this data was sourced from deep within confined space.
What do you
So
think
that'd
about
be a
the
good
strict
place to start
SRMs
looking.
by themselves?
Space. There may be more
I
at
kind of
play
want
here
some.
than we
I wouldn't
realize,
mind
Commander.
having like even 2
Let's
small
regroup
lasers would be
and
nice.
see what turns up in
Yeah.
that data.
I'm not
Just-
amazed by them by themselves.
Just something with like a little bit more just a little more flexibility. I didn't hate them. Like I don't hate the SRM4s. Like they were still like I saw some advantages to them. They were definitely helpful for destroying
Find
the
position.
smaller mechs.
Just walk up to
But,
it and hold it to pick it up.
Even
I
if you
still
had two
wanted
of those
something
and
as
two
like
standard ones.
I still wouldn't mind having 2 lasers though. Even small lasers, just something to act as like kind of like a utility weapon. I also
The thing
agree
is,
with Red Eric that upgrading target lock speed could be a big deal.
Yeah, true. The thing is, like, the 2P with the standard SRMs is just built different. Like, it's so fucking freaky. Like, basically, I just feel like I think it takes away from a little bit. Like, I don't think
Not
it
enough damage?
improves- I don't think. I just don't think it's better. Like, I don't think it's an upgrade on what we had previously. That would be my.
And that, it is. You do lose
criticism.
the shock damage. I will say, like you
Yeah,
definitely
I think
lose
so.
the when you just hit them with the melee weapon, and then you just immediately follow up with like a big blast of SRMs. Like you do lose on the shock damage,
And
especially
more of
on a
criticism-
rear ambush. Like you know when you hit
Yeah.
somebody rear armor with the hammer, and then you blast them with the SRMs. I think you definitely are less likely to just. You're more likely to just kill the mech outright with like the full shock damage.
Yeah. I also don't like that you can't choose, obviously, which component the strict SRMs attack. Like, you're kind of just at the mercy of the game to decide,
That's true.
which is a little bit annoying. And that's not, again, a criticism of the build, that's a criticism of the weapon itself. Having said that, well, I mean, they all did pretty nice damage. I have to say, by the way, to Chubby Demon, this Kintaro, when you have the strict SRMs as a auxiliary weapon rather than as a primary weapon, like, you know, as a backup weapon, a supplementary one, definitely a lot nicer. So I did feel like the Kintaro was a lot more balanced than the Archer. I actually really liked it, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
I definitely
and it does
think
get hot.
that it's. I definitely think it's better as a auxiliary weapon rather than I think it's definitely better as more of like a utility type weapon rather than like a main support weapon or a main. I mean, I guess if you had a shitload of them, you could use them as a, like if you had like SR, if you had like 8 of them, then maybe you could just like volley the fuck out of people with
Yeah,
them. But
maybe.
but then you would still
give
need,
you-
you'd still need like maybe a few lasers just to chop up some turrets
Yeah.
or helicopters. You know, like you know, like even 2 lasers, even 2 small lasers are pretty nice for that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I do think that the previous builds we had were better. Now, the only one thing I might say for the Kentaro, and again, I think it's a very, very functional build, and it might be fine, you know, if you're not firing it as aggressively as I was, is I would maybe reduce the medium lasers to small lasers and get one extra double heat sink in there. I think you could do with it just that PPCX. You know, I just think the 3s. I don't know if even a 4 will make the 4s will make a massive difference, but it might make a difference. And I think like, since the medium lasers aren't basically like providing that much damage. You know, maybe reducing them down to small lasers and bringing one more double heatsink in might be more of an upgrade, but that's about the only thing I could think to change on that.
I'll make that change right now, and we'll just see. I'll do it right now.
Okay. But the Archer, I actually don't know where to begin,
go ahead
to be
and
honest.
I know you mentioned you wanted to modify the Archer, so yeah, go ahead and modify the Archer.
I'll give it a go. It's hard to know where to start, to be honest. And it's not that it's horrendous, it's more just...
A bit of a puzzle.
I'll tell you what, I'll do the thing that comes to my mind, and that's to remove those heat sinks, upgrade the doubles, and put some small lasers in. That's just the first thing that comes to my mind, to be honest, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, let me take a look at what you're working with as well. Oh yeah, it's interesting, because you do have room for 3 more lasers as well.
I'm gonna have an extra half ton of... Yeah, so what I've done is I've removed a few of the heat sinks, upgraded them to doubles, and added 3 small lasers on. So I've got 2 double heat sinks basically, which is the same amount of heat sinkage as what was on it before. And I've now got some small lasers. So it might be a little bit hotter, we'll see. But I do think the small lasers, just being able to like shoot at things without having to lock on, makes a big difference, I think, but we'll see. I'm not sure. The other thing is, if it's still too hot, it may need a downgrade in the melee weapon, but what I would say is the one really sweet part of this is having that hammer. I mean, it hits nasty.
Yeah, I really like the hammer. The hammer was really nice. Like,
Yeah,
I definitely think
freaky.
W melee weapon there. Like, I wasn't sure
100%.
how good it was gonna be, but yeah, W melee weapon for sure.
100%.
All right, I'm pretty sure these are never longer than 4 missions, so this is the one that should get us the Basilisk. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to try it out. Like, Chubby says that he considered the small lasers, but he thought that the extra reach would be good for swatting down the helicopters. We'll just have to try it out and see how it works. Like, I'm not even gonna say if it is better. I think it would be a relatively minor improvement. In fact, I would say it's an improvement of personal preference. So this is a
100%.
glacial planet. So like on a glacial planet, like we're not gonna get a really good test of the mechs because of the heat on them.
So this mission is that really freaky one, I think, where you get to choose the 2 places you go. I think.
Oh yeah. So do you want to just take big guns on this one, like powerful mechs?
Just take big guns and run it down. I think just like chase them down.
Okay, I'm not gonna experiment with anything on this one. Then I'm just gonna bring something that's like kind of
something
powerful.
you know works. Honestly, I might just bring this thing. Like, this is gonna put stuff in the ground.
What are you gonna do? A king crab car? Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
the
I'll bring the car then.
What have you done with the car? Oh, it's 4 Ultra AC5s.
So I decided, like, why don't we revisit the original king crab car and then just go from there? So I stripped it down a little bit to make sure that heat and ammo, or a better chance of heat and ammo, and I'm like, let's just try something that's kind of like the original king crab car.
The Red X says he thinks there's a hero mech on this one. Yeah, so we're trying to hunt down the Basilisk, what is it called, the Victor. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
I guess I kind of don't want them to lose our Gauss rifles, but I'm gonna let them use that 000.
You can try the AC-21 if you wanted to.
Where's the AC-21?
The 000. Oh no, the triples. Oh, it's not even ready yet. It's a 40.
Yeah,
It's not ready
still
yet.
undergoing construction.
Yeah.
Okay, so
My bad.
you're actually using another viewer mech. You are currently using. Let
am
me
I?
see. You are using Delta Coyote's Annihilator 1X.
Well, Delta Coyote, if you're there or not there or watching later, this is a build I love. To be honest, I love I love this. This is gonna be great. I already know this
He
thing
was
works.
also very blessed in that all of the weapons he chose, we just so happened to have tier 5s of every single one of them. So like, it's
Yeah,
it's also heavily equipped as well.
This thing's gonna put stuff in the bin. Like, I like this mech a lot, actually.
Yeah, this should be for the Victor
Commander,
Basilisk.
incoming message from Samantha.
Let me just
The
check.
encryption process
Yep.
is taking longer.
No
than
small
I
pulse lasers,
anticipated.
curious.
But without a doubt, the
One
data
small laser and 2 small
originated
pulse
here.
lasers. Interesting.
I'll see if I can make any more headway in deciphering.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't ask me
Maybe you can
why,
tell
but
us
I
something
copied it
useful.
exactly.
In the meantime,
It's
I'd
not
like to
exactly
take
what
these
I would have
bastards
done, just
down.
because like I wouldn't
It's
want my
time I
weapons to
learned no one
mismatch.
messes
But
with
like
house call.
that's what he put on,
You
so
heard
I've
the
copied it
lady.
exactly.
Targeted location has been marked.
Maybe he just ran out of lasers. Maybe that's what happened. Like when he was designing the build, I'm not sure. But like that's what he put on, so like I said, I copied it. I'm kind of curious to see how the quadruple UAC 5s do. I mean, because this should be like a lot of ammunition.
I've done it before on the Annihilator, and it works quite nice.
Yeah, because I mean, this is what the King Crab car originally was. It was originally 4 Ultra AC5s, and then it had some, missiles for support.
I just prefer the. I don't really like the attrition. Like, there's a lot of attrition rather than like just bang, get rid of you. But it works nice.
I mean,
That's
on
the way
the
I like
flip
this
side,
one.
is it should be very good at clearing large quantities of enemies. Like, if you should be able to shoot all the helicopters down, all the turrets down, all the vehicles down.
100%.
Okay, yeah, this is the part where we just go straight up and just bash our way through that fortress. Okay, I'm gonna slow down and let you catch up. I forgot that, I forgot you're in an Annihilator.
Yeah. I think on this Annihilator, honestly, just like removing the medium lasers, just having a bunch of small lasers and small pulse lasers, not just having them all kind of one thing, might be a little bit nicer as well.
Yeah,
And just
also
like
there's
predicting
just,
that ahead of time.
it's also just curious that it has small lasers and small pulse lasers.
It kind of looks cool when you're firing them, actually.
And I'm not sure why he did that. I don't think he's in the chat to answer, but like, that's what he put on, so that's what I did as well.
It could have just been a ton of damage, extra. Right. There's a lot of helicopters and a lot of silly enemies in this mission.
Well, I happen to be really good at destroying helicopters and stuff since I have 4 Ultra AC5s, so no problems there. All right, I'm going to move at Annihilator speed, so we move in formation.
I've just seen
You mean
schematics
stop
of the
moving at like
base.
32
It's
kilometers?
heavily fortified, and you
Barely
are
moving.
within a hair of triggering its perimeter defenses. A full frontal assault would trigger alarms and put the base on high alert, leading to increased resistance.
What do you
Yeah,
suggest,
but
Rihanna?
more violence.
Samantha's briefing mentioned a path along the edge of the base. It's a longer detour, but we can potentially catch them by surprise if we take it.
What will really catch them by surprise is if we just fucking own them. If they just get fucking owned, I guarantee you they'll be surprised by that.
Commander, it seems like the entire
Right, back up, back up,
is
back up.
closing in
Back
on your
up.
position. You're in for a hell of a
They're just gonna
fight.
attack us, just roll back.
Another message from Samantha, Commander. You're going to want to hear this.
Commander, I just finished decoding the data.
These guys literally
I know
just
who's
spawned in.
responsible for the attack on my father. I don't believe it, but it's my own family. Estranged cousins. They fled the Federated Suns long ago after a failed attempt to usurp
I
my
love- honestly,
grandfather. They
there's
appear
nothing
to
nicer
have
than
taken
4 of these
refuge
things.
in the Draconis Combine, supplying House Kurita with classified information about my family in exchange for clemency.
Oh my god, he just
Which
walked
door?
right into my
That attacked
gunfire.
home. It's my cousin, Henry.
Headshot.
He aims to kill my father and take the throne for himself, the backing of the Draconis Combine. You have to stop them.
Commander, a puppet of the Draconis Combine ruling over House Cole.
I'm
would
trying to knock out
destabilize
all the rest of the
entire
helicopters.
region. We have to put a stop to these usurpers now.
Target destroyed.
Choppers are down.
You have no business robbing me of my birthright by aligning yourself with the fools of House.
I didn't even kill any.
You have all
I didn't even kill any mechs. I just shot all the helicopters down.
the first to die in my
Yeah, I just focused firing them down.
the throne.
Where's this loser at?
My rule begins today. I
Oh, there he is.
What's mine?
Cut you up and start fighting.
You should have let the Duke and the girl
New
die.
target, Victor.
Oh, so he's gonna fight us with the basilisk.
Target destroyed.
You really were, mate.
He was like, I've been gooning this entire time. You've ruined my edge.
And one more thing. Incoming transmission from Samantha.
Hey, that was really amazing what you did for my family. This plot against us has been in the work for generations. And now it's finally over. Thank
I don't
you.
even know if that guy
Thank
shot
you
back at
for-
us very much.
Look at me
Like
getting
a
all
one-shot off.
sentimental. Well, a deal is a deal.
How does
I'll
this
get back
bitch
to
have
my
more
father, and I'll
personality
make sure
than the
you get a
people in
little
clans?
something extra for your efforts.
You know, I'm just thinking.
Nice work,
So that
Claire.
guy, he said he has the birthright to the throne. Do you think maybe that she framed him so that whenever he dies, she's the only one left to like take over by primogeniture?
Probably. I mean, that would be, you know, just hashtag inner sphere things. Like that's just how just how you roll. I guess we'll. No, we can't take that. All we can take is this. I hate how they add mechs. Like, I mean, I guess we headshot this mech, so it didn't really. I guess. Oh, this must have been a mech that was defending that base. Oh, it had to be because there was no other enemies. Because it got its face blasted out. So there you go. There's the basilisk. That's good news. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Let's go ahead and get the basilisk repaired.
Hmm. Good mech.
So I need to make sure we use at least one mech from each person. So we just used the 2P Archer. Let me mark that. You used the Annihilator. You used the Annihilator 1X.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't used the 1E yet. We used the Kentaro. So I need to make sure I use that Jaeger mech. Because that, I did ping Sir Jorg as well. So let me go ahead and see. We'll put you in there. And let's go ahead and just get the Basilisk repaired. And we'll use it once in its stock configuration. Yeah. The Basilisk is the one good Victor. It's the only Victor that's actually decent.
In fairness, the Dragon Slayer's not been too bad either. With this,
Okay, yeah, I take it back. The Dragon Slayer wasn't awful.
With the PPCX.
Yeah, the PPCX definitely helps that out quite a bit. So this, I gotta say, this Jaeger mech is a little bit sus. So, like, I'm hoping that this mission isn't ridiculously difficult because, like I said, it's kind of a sussy buck amongst mechs. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. This would be Sir Jorg's Jaeger Mech S. Now, you know, maybe I'm underestimating it. Unfortunately, I didn't have good quality weapons, just because it used some somewhat exotic weapons. We just don't have a lot of really good ones. So this Jaeger Mech S uses 4 light rifles and 2 small lasers, and then it has just an absolutely ungodly quantity of ammo. It has 8 tons of light rifle ammo. It's got 1 double heatsink and 2 single heatsinks.
Okay.
You know, once again, I copied it exactly. It is exact. You know, like whatever you put on it, that is what I put on it. One thing I do like is the armor allocation. You know, 10 in the rear armor, rest in the front armor, basically fully armored. You know, that makes sense. I personally, I'm a little skeptical at the firepower of 4 light rifles as the primary weapon system on a 65-ton mech, but, you know, we'll see. And I might need to revisit it anyways with more high-quality light rifles, but, you know, we will see. We'll see. So, ooh, this is a level 90 mission. How about we don't... How about not? Let me go to somewhere a little gentler. Here we go. Frontline support Karita. This is like difficulty, or this is company level 7. Should be a little bit less spicy. I don't know if I want to take this on, because like I said, this mech's a little bit on the sussy side. Okay, invasion support. Karita obviously would never want to support Davion. Let me make sure we're buying stuff on while we're here, because we are in a black market. Really? You guys don't have anything good in the black market? Do you guys have light rifles? Okay, there's some light rifles. Okay, let me go ahead and switch those up then. Okay, this will at least get him to normal. Alright, that's good news, actually. Oh, let's also get some Cantina missions. Collect a Vindicator? Nah. Collect Tier 4 ERP PCs? Nah. Get the Mazkarovka encrypted thing? Yeah, sure. We're in the area. Let's do it. All right, the mech has already finished its... Ooh, this is good. We can get both of them here. So let's go ahead and do... Let's do this one. Oh, these are low... These are actually pretty low-level missions. I didn't think it would decrease the difficulty that much. Well, that's perfect. Now we can use the kind of questionable mechs. The mechs that I'm not as confident in.
Is there anything I need to try, or can I cut my own detail?
I think you are clear to pick whatever you want.
So, I built this.
Yes, the Man-at-Arms.
So it has an LB-10X AC and 3 flamers and a hatchet. Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, I guess if you could shut somebody down, then you could, like, start, you know, chopping them up or something.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. Who knows? It could suck.
If
It
both of these mechs suck, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, maybe I should have brought something. Oh no. Maybe I could. I could actually could
Wait. That'll help you burn people.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be good.
As they have many supporters in the area.
I have 340 ammo with this weapon.
Do you know what? 3 flamers. Oh, the flamers are really cool on the side of the torso.
Oh, is that where they're located, on the torso, not on the arm?
Yeah, so you kind of see the blue flames coming out before they turn red. That's really cool, actually.
Oh, we've got a target over here as well. Wait. This is an assassination. I was gonna try something. I'm gonna try cheating. So to find out where they are ahead of time, so we don't waste our time, we'll see if we can find their mechs.
Battle mech spotted.
Battle mech spotted.
So I don't see anyone here. That was obvious.
We're getting attacked. Raven.
Yeah, I assume it's not that serious. Is it?
No,
or is it a big deal?
No, I'll deal with it.
We're gonna use the detachable camera to search for the enemy mechs, because that's got to be where they are.
It's dead.
Yeah, I don't see them, and I'm flying. I mean, I can fly pretty fast.
I bet they haven't even spawned in.
It's possible.
Okay, we got attacked by a Centurion. I'm gonna deal with it.
Yeah, I didn't see any enemies. I literally checked every area, and there were no enemies. I mean, the thing is, it worked one time. I found the enemies before they spawned one time.
New target, quick draw.
So I guess
There's a bunch of enemies at this. There is a bunch of enemies at this area here. Like there's another heavy mech.
Yeah, I'm heading for this quick draw. Yeah, what
this
is this guy doing over here?
These guys literally just came and attacked us. I didn't even like trigger this.
Damn, I just stepped on the lava and now I'm like overheating.
The floor's lava.
The floor actually was lava.
The floor's lava. That's crazy.
I'm coming in with the quadruple light rifles.
I'll tell you something, right?
I got.
I'm not gonna lie. This isn't that bad.
The Man-at-Arms?
Honestly, this build is not bad.
What did you put on it?
Destroyed. New target.
3 flamers and LB 10x AC. I mean, this is
Good
freaky.
job. I have all targets showing
Have
up
you been able to use the melee weapon?
scopes.
Yeah, I just smacked that urban mech. We need to make sure we run over and pick up that thing as well before we
Oh, yeah,
escape.
I mean, like, we have to extract manually, so, you know, we'll be
Oh,
we'll
it's so
have
far
time.
away.
A charger. Interesting.
Target acquired.
Oh, that was a
When
headshot.
I oh nice. When I play with the Cyclops 11P, I think it's gonna get headshot.
Target destroyed.
I mean, it takes so long for this weapon to reload. I'm like, let me aim my shot a little more.
Make it count.
Well, you definitely don't want to miss with rifle, let me tell you.
Right, I'll start waddling my way over there. Let's go. Or do you want me to stand near the exit so we can just escape quickly?
Yeah, I'll grab it. It's fine. Yeah, if you want to wait near the exit, I'll go grab it.
Save some time having to walk all the way back.
Yeah, good idea.
There probably will be some enemies on the way
Glitch
though.
Online says the drone can works for him. Yeah, maybe I just went too fast. There's always a possibility that I was going too quickly, and that I didn't scrutinize the area close enough. I mean, I'll keep trying it. You know, when we do an assassination, I'll just keep trying it.
I will stand nowhere near that because I will never forget the day when I got in the dropship before you'd fully picked it up. And I'll never do it again.
Yeah. Better
Once
safe
you've
than
found
sorry,
the
always.
targeted asset, move up to it,
Oh, I got a
and
charger.
we'll begin the recovery procedure.
Okay, I'll order our guys to like attack it. I guess. I don't know if they'll be able to get there in time, but
Ready to start pickup operation.
Charger versus Hatchet Man.
Always good to
Attack!
restock on ammo.
I get to use these light rifles on this spider, I guess. I mean, I really don't know what to say about this. I really don't know what to say.
Destroyed.
I don't know what to say about this 4 light rifle build. That's the problem. I don't know what to say. I keep wanting to like grade it, but I think I actually need to use it a few more times. Like, I just don't know what to say about it.
I'm telling you something, right? This man at arms is freaky. This thing is freaked up.
Is it the LBX AC is the deciding factor?
It's really making a big difference. And honestly, the flamers aren't doing a bad job either.
But nice job.
What
Like, I've
melee
destroyed-
weapon did you pair with it?
I just put the hatchet on. I mean, I feel like it would be perverse having anything other than a hatchet on a hatchet man. But maybe that is the strategy.
Maybe you need to put the giant like mech penis on it.
Yeah,
The penetrator.
Dildo. It feels weird having it. Like, it's not the like hatchet man, it'd be the penetrate man. The
Yeah,
dildo man,
maybe
penis man.
the penetrator.
The peen man.
Yeah, it's like it's like the peener.
Yeah.
I'll nickname it Evil Larry because apparently Evil Larry is always trying to get your peener.
He needs to stop doing that, honestly.
But he's Evil Larry. It's like literally, it's in his
I know
name.
I know.
If I get another cat, because you know, like obviously my cat's sister died. If I get another cat and it's black, I will name him Evil Larry. My cat could have been an Evil Larry, but the thing is, he's kind of like charcoal colored. He's not black. Like Evil Larry is like a solid black cat.
Are your two cats look different, do they?
Well, yeah. So
Did-
basically, they're both silver, but one of them was silver with stripes, and then the other one was just solid silver. So like they inherited different fur patterns.
Yeah, they normally do come out like different colors, don't they?
Yeah, I mean they're still in the range of silver, but like you know, just like one is just gray, and then the other one of them was also a polydactyl, like it had additional fingers and toes.
Really?
Yeah, like he's got like a mutant hands. It like doesn't harm him in any way though. It's like a benign mutation. In fact, it might advantage him. He has like more claws than normal, and they all work. Like all of his additional claws are functional.
He's like Fallout Cat.
He's like basically a Cthulhu monstrosity, like an eldritch monstrosity that has like more, or he's like AI generated. He's an AI generated cat. Like, you know, AI generation tends to add more fingers and stuff. Like it doesn't understand how to do fingers correctly. All right, we got it. Letting to take us out of here. Damn, I'd be 3 kilometers away. That'd be awful.
Yeah, I am 200 meters away. I was like kind of running around messing around. Just like I'm gonna just run a little bit away so I don't just like run in there by accident when I burn the entire like map to the ground.
Damn, those shells go wild. Like, I don't know what to say about these light rifles. I don't want to say they're good, and I don't want to say they're bad. They require more testing. That's all I can say is, like, I need to use them a little bit more.
Don't think we need any of those.
Yeah, unfortunately, headshotting the Charger meant that it was outside our ability to afford it. But, you know...
1,378 damage for that. Just putting out there for that hatchet, man. That is freak. 8 mechs! What the hell?
So, oh, you killed 8. That's pretty good. 8 max. Yeah. So we got 1.9 million C-bills, the heavy rifle for this. That gets us to level 7 treasure hunter.
Is that tier 5 heavy rifle, was it?
Yes, tier 5 heavy rifle.
Ooh, I think we'll need one more.
Oh, to
and then Master
the
Blaster.
King Crab car.
Yeah, and then Master Blaster 5000's back.
Yeah, we do. We're gonna try the ultra binary laser as well. Like, we're gonna become like, you know, forget about being non-binary. We're gonna become binary. And we're gonna completely max it out. I mean, I don't know. I unfortunately I don't know how to get tier 5 binary lasers, so like that would be a limitation. But
it's like 2 points on the binary. You're having a laugh. There's really 4.
Yeah, it's like there will be 4 genders now.
No 4 genders, and only 4.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, we can't have more than 4. We could have less than 4, but not more than 4.
Nah.
What do you don't be silly. Like more than 4 genders. Like don't like let's not get out of control now.
I guess the Marauder 2 has 3.
Yeah, like that, and that's why the Marauder can't have the final form.
Yeah. It's like weak.
Okay, so let's do this. Wait, do I need to? I don't think we need to change anything. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the frontline support for Karita.
I want you to try that hatchet man at your next convenience, because I think I have fixed the hatchet man. I'm not gonna lie.
You need to try the Jaeger mech out, the 4.
Oh yes.
The 4
just
Sir Jorg's build. Like like I said, I need to use it a little. Oh, nice. So the frontline support mission also has collecting the
Oh, nice.
the thing that we need, so that's even better. You know, we did so good, I don't even think I want any damage coverage. There we go.
Watch this one be really freaky.
I would be a little bit upset if it was, because it's like, the drop weight's only 230. Okay, so what do I need? Let me see, are there any other mechs that you guys voted for? You guys...
Grey Death.
Oh, I'm gonna cheat. I need to cheat. I really, really need to cheat. Actually, I need you to cheat.
Oh, what do you want me to do?
So I want you to I want you to inspect the. There is another sussy Baka mech we got. No, are we gonna use? Well, do we want to use the meme mech?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let me see. Did I ping Corgi that we were gonna use the meme mech? Okay, no, never mind. We don't have to use the meme mech because I didn't ping him. I actually forgot to ping him. So, like, because like, I don't want to be called, like, oh, you pinged me, but you didn't do it. Yeah, I didn't ping him, so it's fine. Okay, so I want you to inspect the Victor 9A1. It is the other sussy Baka mech. I don't know if you want to use it first, or should I use it first, but it's a mech that I'm like, I don't necessarily feel... Like, I would be concerned deploying that to a mission that is of the weight class for the Victor 9A1.
Yeah. That's about all I have to say. It looks like it's going to be pretty hot as well.
So, this is Delta Coyote's mech. It's got an Ultra AC5, which I'm like, that's not necessarily a problem. 2 AC2s. I'm like, that's when I was like, 2 AC2 rapid fire. I'm like, that's very greedy. Like, I don't know, you're going to have to give up something for that. A lot of something to give up for that.
And
It's
that's
got
something looks like ammo.
3 tons of Ultra AC5 ammo, 3 tons of three tons of AC2 ammo. That's definitely enough ammo for the AC5. Not enough ammo for the AC2. It'll definitely run out. You've got an SRM2 with 1 ton of ammo. That's probably more than that a SRM2 needs. It's 2 small lasers. But the real issue is in order to fit all of that on, it has 272 armor.
No. I'm pretty sure.
To put that in perspective, okay, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's not just that it has 272 armor. I believe he once again hit the max armor button, so it distributed the armor evenly, meaning the forward armor is it has 25 armor on the forward armor. So to put that in perspective,
the same is true of the Annihilator as well.
To put it in perspective, 272 armor is about what I'd expect a Vulcan to have. A Firestarter might have like 240 armor when fully armored. So this thing has like a little bit better armor than a Firestarter, about the armor of a fully armored Vulcan, but without any of the agility of a Vulcan, and without being, you know, like the Vulcan is a really spindly mech that like it's kind of hard to hit it because it's fast and skinny and very spindly looking. And then on top of that, the armor hasn't even been reinforced for the forward armor. It has just as much forward as it does rear armor. So like that's going to be a...
Yeah, this is concerning. I think
that's going to be a thing.
What I would say.
That is then he's not talking about you, Dara. There is a second viewer built.
No, yeah, it's the other one.
So would you like to use the Sussy Baka mech, or would you like me to use it?
Well, I mean, I feel challenged, so I'm gonna have to use it.
Okay, so we both need to use it, but the sheriff is going to use the Sussy Baka first. This is the perfect kind of mission to use it on, though, like a mission that's a slow ball mission.
Let me just check these. Oh my goodness, look at the weapon groups.
The worst thing that could happen is if we lose that high quality Ultra AC5. That would be the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario.
You probably should have put a rubbish one on. Oh, well, do you know what?
Okay, I know I need to use that Man-at-Arms, but I actually want to use this Blackjack 3.
No problem. The Man-at-Arms has more armor than the Victor.
He's the Man-at-Armor.
Armor. Oh yeah, who built the Shadowhawk, by the way, the Grey Death? Would someone build that?
Yes,
or is that
the Grey Death belongs to Delta Coyote.
Is the armor on it freaky as well, by any chance?
Some of his mechs are definitely probably hit the max armor button, but not all of them.
No, not that one. No, not that one.
Yeah, this one is much more normal. But some of them, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily his fault. I think that he just hit the max armor button and then forgot to tune it.
Forgot to tune. I do it all the time, to be honest.
Now, the reason I wanted to try out this Blackjack 3, this one looks kind of interesting. Look at this. I can get 2 PPCXs and 4 small lasers, and then I've got 2, 4, 6 double heat sinks on it. Probably still not going to be quite enough to keep up with the heat, just because like that's PPCX gets pretty hot. But I don't know. I think this is going to be a nasty Blackjack.
Yeah, it feels like what the crab should be.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, everyone thinks the Blackjack refers to the card game, but it actually refers to a stick. You hit people with it. It's the Blackjack is a stick that you hit people with.
Okay, this is interesting. Right, let's give it a go. What are we doing here? Let's try and target us. Really?
Okay, I thought it was assassination, but it's not.
Our informant indicates one of your target.
Right,
oh, good. It's right next to one of the areas already. How fantastic is that? You'll love to see it.
You do. It's a really small map as well, which is nice.
Red Eric says that armor, though. Yeah, once I mean, like, because, okay, like, the reason we started 20 minutes late is because I was looking at your builds and I was copying them down. And it takes a little while, though, like, just to go through that process of doing everything. And I was like, some of these mechs, I was like, okay, I don't know, chat, you might be, I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or if people just have some curious ideas. I don't know if like I don't think there were very many like mechs that I'm like, oh, I don't know about this now. But I said, okay, I'll be polite about it, but at the same time, I'm not going to be so polite to say I will say if I think a mech is bad. I'll try to be polite about it, but if I think a mech is bad, I'm gonna say a mech is bad.
New target, Javelin.
Like, I will spare people's ego in the sense that, I'm not gonna, like, rip into my viewers. But at the same time, I do believe in, like, people need to be, like, told things.
Unfortunately for you all, you're not my viewers, so...
Yeah, and then there's the...
Target destroyed.
I mean, if you're...
And I'm not very good at being
if your builds are bad enough, he may arrest you.
I may have to either doctor or arrest, I'm not sure which.
It's like you've heard of, like, thought police. Like, he's gonna be the build police.
It's like I may arrest you and then use my doctoring skills to, like, send you away for, like, mental, psychology,
Commit you to,
psychological...
like, a mental ward. Like,
Yeah, I might have to do that.
The, like, questionable build ward.
I mean, I'm already in the orange and I have fought nothing.
I mean, Dara says, don't spare me, I can take it. I mean, we already know that because you're a regular, like, you're a regular in the Discord. But not everybody is, I mean, everyone is in the Discord because you can't submit a build without being in the Discord. But not everybody interacts on a regular basis. A lot of people just kind of, like, watch and listen. So,
Yeah.
They might not, like, they might not be as accustomed to handling, just being handled, like, just dealing, like, with being grappled with. Like, for me, that's a common thing, because I'm a content creator, so every single day people can say, you sound like an idiot, I fucking hate you, I hope you die. Like, people can say that to me, like, every day. Every time I submit a build, they can be like, this build sucks so much fucking ass, you should kill yourself. Like, people can do that anytime they want to, so I'm kind of used to it. That's actually how the channel started out. The channel started out with everyone was like, you fuck suck, that motherfucker suck. And I decided if I get one person who says that every now and then, maybe he's a hater. But if enough people say it, then, there's got to be true. Like, there's got to be some truth to it if there's, like, a trend in it. And that's exactly, I had enough people say, you fucking suck, that I started focusing on learning to speak better. Because my early videos were very, like, my early videos were like, hey guys, it's Get Good Fox. I'm gonna be playing this game. I don't know it very well, but I'm gonna give it a try anyways. Because you don't have to be good to get good. So let's give it a try. Like, that's kind of like how my early videos were. It was issue of volume control. I didn't understand how to control my voice, and I thought I was talking loud, but I wasn't. And there was definitely an element of getting your streamer voice, getting your content creator voice, where you began to understand what actually is loud and clear versus, like, what in your mind is loud and clear. As well as, like, how to intone at different levels. Like, sometimes you need to, speak more, like, oh, yes, look at this. This Phoenix Hawk is up here, like, just thinking he's just the king of the world. Like, what's he doing up here? He's just, like, taunting me. He's like, you think, like, I'm not gonna, oh my god.
Incoming missile.
I gotta be honest,
That's
I'm
what he gets.
absolutely
That's what he
terrified of this
gets. That's what he gets. That's why you gotta be able to intone. Sometimes you gotta be able to talk really fast. You want to talk really fast like this. You want to go, like, much faster. You be like a jabberjaw going faster than is necessary, even if you don't even make any sense. And then sometimes you want to talk slowly, intentionally. You want to, like, let the words seep into people. You want to give people a chance to hear what you have to say. But that took some effort to, like, develop. Like, I didn't talk like that naturally. Do I respond to people who are jerks? It depends. If it's like, if someone is just like, you suck ass, probably not, because it's not very creative. If somebody is like a jerk about things and they're a little bit on the creative side, then I might I might see if maybe they have a reason. But if their comments aren't, I mean, it kind of works in general. Like, I get friend requests on a daily basis. I have messages in my inbox of just like all these people just saying hi. Don't greet people by just saying hi, because if someone gets greeted a lot, then it all just slurs together. And I don't respond to people who just say hi, basically, because it's just awkward. It's like, okay, people say hello to me all the time. The people I tend to respond to, they write 1 or 2 sentences more than just saying hi. I try to respond to as many people as possible. And, yeah, I mean, I have definitely responded to some jerks. I'll definitely respond to assholes. Some people, like, if they're just really... Like, okay, I had a guy on Twitter, actually. He got really upset with me. He got so upset with me that he posted a GIF image of the Hulk, saying that he was gonna like kick my ass like the Hulk. And I said, so that's how you threaten people? Like, you post an image of the Hulk, and that's how you're just gonna like defeat me? Like, well, what? And so I just posted an image of Iron Man. I'm like, well, if you can do that, I can do that too. I'm gonna get in my suit of Iron Man armor, and maybe I'll just like zap you. How are you gonna beat me up if I use my Iron Man armor on you? Like, that's like the level of maturity I'm dealing with here. Like, you're using a Marvel movie GIF to try to, like, show me how serious of a guy you are. He got, like, really upset about that. And even though he was being really aggressive, I managed to gaslight him into being defensive about being, like, the beta bitch. I was basically, I'm like, yeah, oh, yeah, you're a real alpha, man. Like, it's so alpha to, like, use movie memes to, like, show how strong you are. I'm real worried about it. And then eventually he got, like, so upset that he started basically spamming, like, gore and child porn at my channel. And, that's, like, extremely against the rules, and anyone could see it. So I just started having to report all of his posts so that, like, I gotta, like, protect my own followers from, like, this guy who's just going absolutely bonkers at that point. And so I just started, I reported something like 25 different images, and some of his comments were like, threats of violence. Like, he said, "Your fucking cat, I can't wait to go to your house and dig your cat up and revive it from the dead so I can kill it again." And, like, it's nice. It's like, he thinks it's going to offend me, but it's so stupid, because I'm like, you can't do that. Like, like, no one can use necromancy doesn't exist, little bro. Like, little bro, necromancy doesn't exist. And if you summon my cat from the dead, it would just laugh at you for being such a loser. Like, I hope you do use necromancy to bring my cat back from the dead, just so that it can, like, laugh at you from beyond the grave and call you a loser. Like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And that was basically... Do we need that?
We need that.
Oh, yeah, we got it. Oh, it was a 2D2. That's good.
Yep, I've got that one.
But yeah, I reported like basically like 25 of his posts, and then he got like suspended after all of that, and then I had to delete all of my all of my posts on my my Twitter page that contained his responses. So you're like, yeah, I mean, I will interact with my haters. Fortunately, I don't have that many of them. But, yeah, like, it happens. So we did get another collectible. That was for 1.6 million C-bills. And we got an SRM-6 Tier 4. And that takes us to level 8 Treasure Hunter. Yeah, I forgot we do need to max that out. Red Eric says, his mommy says he's a real alpha, though. I mean, like, he definitely was. He's really, really fantastic. Jet Knight Gaming says, I zoned out for a few, and I come back to, like, zombie cats. That's what happens. Like, when you're a content creator, you just, like, flow from one conversation to the other. What were you saying? I keep interrupting.
I was going to say, just on that point, it's not a good idea to zone out of this. You never know where these conversations are going to go. Do you know what? I'm actually going to be really, really, really good politician right now. This UAC-5 and AC-2 rapid fire combo is actually really, really nice. Like, it feels really good. But I'll tell you what, I was petrified of losing that Ultra AC-5. I mean, like, I think I took 20 damage and I nearly died. So, like, I was, like, playing so, like, cautious. Honestly, the small lasers are completely pointless, and the SRM-2, I didn't even use it once. But the Ultra AC-5 and the 2 AC-5 rapid fires, on the other hand, I actually really liked them. I think they were really nice. So, honestly, I think you could lose that one of those tons of Ultra AC5, get rid of the SRM2 ammo, get rid of the small lasers, and just buff up the ammo on the AC2s, and maybe we could put some armor on it too. I think might be a good idea. But honestly, I actually thought the Ultra AC5 and the AC2 combo was really not that bad, to be honest.
That's surprisingly. I thought it was a little bit redundant at first, but I don't know. Maybe okay. There is something to be said that even if people have questionable builds, sometimes having questionable builds just results in trying things you would never consider together. So like,
and it invokes thoughts that we wouldn't like. I would never have thought like, okay, how do I fix that? And by being able to fix that, like it makes you, me, and everyone else involved a better, mech customizer, because quite
it's
honestly,
like solving a puzzle, basically solving a puzzle.
Yeah, and you learn something every time you do that. Another curious thing is you've got 2 double heat sinks and 2 single heat sinks. Not really sure what's going on there.
Hold on. We just got word from Delta Coyote. I'll read it on the stream. So Delta Coyote
Nice.
said, I did have limited heat sinks when I built that. So Delta Coyote, don't forget you can go into instant action. If you want to build a mech exactly the way you want, go into instant action and build it there. That way you don't have to worry about it. And he said that a lot of the mechs didn't have proper armor tuning either, so that is correct. It turns out that he hit the max armor button, and when you hit, I'll just demonstrate real fast. Let me cancel this. So, repair, strip. So right now we have no armor. If I hit max armor, you'll see the game just allocates the armor evenly. We have 26 forward armor, 26 rear armor, 26 forward armor, 26 rear armor, 36 forward armor, 36 rear armor. I think that's exactly what happened there. I think he just hit the max armor button, and then he forgot to do basically this. Like go like there, allocate the armor forward, go over here, allocate the armor forward. Now, you don't have to do 10 rear armor. You could do more or less, depending on what you're comfortable with. 10 is just kind of like my lazy number. And I think that's exactly what happened there. I think that is the reason why those mechs looked a little bit unusual. But
honestly, there's a lot of them very experimental ideas there, but there's 2 takeaways from me from what Delta Coyote's built that I really like. First one, just to finish off with, see the ER large laser on a king crab? I really like it. Like sometimes when I've got the missile slot and the laser slot, I literally don't know what to do with it. I'm so focused on the ballistics, I'm like, I don't even know what to put here. There's not enough space. Honestly, ER large laser really is not bad at all. And I have to say, don't know what it is about it, but the UAC5 AC2 rapid fire combo feels really good. Really nice, like up close, like firepower, and then also, AC2 rapid fires are just great. I really like that combination, actually. I think you'll like it as well, Fox. But you will be petrified of losing that Ultra AC5 as I was. But yeah, some really good ideas, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. We'll quickly review the mechs that we tried. Adam Mugler says it's got to suck to have to go out of your way to keep some asshole from getting your channel shut. It's very rare that happens. It's very unusual for that to happen. Like I can go an entire year. That's called like basic channel vandalism. I can go basically a year without that happening. So it's a very unusual occurrence. Let's go ahead and take a look at the viewer builds that you guys submitted, though. Apparently it took the names away, but let's go ahead and take a look at them. This is... I don't know why it got rid of the names. This was the Coyote custom. So this was one of the Sussy Baka mechs that apparently you said that it could have been worse. The reason this mech is suspicious is because of the armor. 272 armor is it's like basically paper armor by assault mech standard. It's very heavy armor for like a light mech. Like I said, a fire starter probably has about 240-ish armor when fully armored. So this is slightly more armored than a fully armored fire starter. We could probably get rid of some of those and just go full ballistics, and that would also give us more room for. It might not need these heat sinks either, and then you might be able to reinforce the armor, and then maybe you're left with something kind of interesting. But I need to try it as well. So over here we have, this is the Sir Jorg mech. So this is the Sir Jorg custom. And so his submitted build was the 4 light rifle one. This one I was kind of suspicious of as well. But I don't know. I need to try it again. I'm not sure. Like I need to try it again. That's all I can say about it. Over here we've got the Archer 2P. This is Dara's build. So let me go and call it the Dara Custom. I don't know. I named all these mechs. I don't know why it has gotten rid of my names. I don't know why. What the point of that is. So Dara's mech uses it didn't have these lasers originally, but it had the hammer, the fist, the 4 streak SRMs, and then it had no lasers and just heat sinks. This one has been revised to have a little more auxiliary weapon support, less heat sinking, and more auxiliary weaponry. We'll need to try that one again. This is the Kintaro Chubby Demon Custom.
Like this one.
This one has also been slightly revised. This one didn't really need it, though. I actually thought this one was kind of fine the way it was. The original version of it was very similar, but with medium laser short bursts. But it's got a PPCX. It's got 3 Streak SRM2s. It had 3 double heat sinks, 1 ton of ammo, and it had 2 medium lasers, so you would knock one of the heat sinks off. So what we did is we downgraded the medium lasers to small lasers, and got 1 more heat sink on. A pretty small revision, but it was a pretty good mech overall. I didn't have a problem with it. This was a good one as well. This one was actually this was quite nice. This is Moonraven's Victor Dragon Slayer. The Dragon Slayer was equipped with an LBX AC, a PPCX, 2 medium lasers, and an LRM-10. Now, we did revise it. It originally had all single heat sinks, but we didn't change anything else. We just upgraded it into double heat sinks, which we haven't tried it since then, but I think that's, it didn't overheat too quickly, but I don't think it'll have any heat issues with 3 cooling. Oh, no, we were supposed to upgrade these into pulse lasers, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these are supposed to be medium pulse lasers.
To be honest, that's a good mech. Like, that and the Kintaro are about, probably the 2 that needed the least revision. I have to say that they were pretty nice.
So over here we have another one of Delta Coyote's mechs. This one he had like a very specific color scheme he wanted done. So this is Coyote. We'll just call it the Coyote Custom. So this is his King Crab, the quadruple 0. This is the standard King Crab, the downgraded King Crab. And this one has been revised. Originally, it had the 2 AC-20 rapid fires, the ER large laser, the LRM-10 Artemis system, and then I think it had single heat sinks. The issue is that it overheats very quickly. So what we did was I just dropped the LRM altogether because you do wind up in close combat a lot. We kept the large laser as like a utility weapon, and then we added a bunch of double heat sinks to try to keep up with the twin AC-20 rapid fire. That's what we did to change that. Over here, we've got another one of Coyote's builds. This one is the Annihilator. So this is the Coyote Custom Annihilator.
Some armor issues as well.
This is what, yes, this one also had like, this is what from hitting the max armor button, 42 armor front and back, 42 armor front and back, 53 armor, 52 armor back. That's just from hitting the max armor and just, just forgetting to tune the back of the armor. But we could definitely change that. I need to use the mech though, that's why we haven't changed anything. It's equipped with 4 LBX AC-10 solid slug, and then it does have some kind of strange laser choices, but he did mention that he ran out of items, so I think that's the reason why some of the lasers are a bit bizarre. It's got 3 medium lasers, no, it's got 4 medium lasers, and then it has this kind of curious double small pulse laser and then a standard small laser, and I bet that's because he probably just ran out of pulse lasers. I think that would be the explanation for that. And then...
Yeah, and just another thing, I didn't even use the lasers, to be honest. Like, I was putting stuff in the dirt with those LB-10X AC solids. Nothing got close enough to even entertain using the lasers, so we could definitely play around with them. And also just point out the heat sinks are a bit weird as well, but aside from that, they're not too bad.
So this is another one of Dara's mechs. We didn't get around to using it, though. This is Dara's Annihilator 1E. If we used it, it would have been a mech that uses 4 binary lasers and 2 medium chem lasers, all weapons mounted in the arms, and a whole bunch of single heat sinks. Obviously, one of the ways we could improve this is just by upgrading into as many... we could upgrade it to as many double heat sinks as possible. Like, that would obviously be something that we could do, but we'll try it as it is. And but yeah, those are some of the mechs. There are more mechs that we need to try though. Also, this mech here. This mech I did not ping, so that means that's why we didn't have to use it. But this is the Corgi custom. The Corgi custom is an extremely bizarre mech. Like he even told me. He told me this is a joke of a mech. This is a mech. In fact, I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna show you what it's equipped with. You'll just have to wait until the next stream. We'll use it in the next stream. But yeah, we've got more to do. One of the mechs that I was pretty happy with was the Blackjack 3. Where are you, Blackjack 3? Blackjack 3 is quite nice.
Order.
The Blackjack 3 double PPCXs, 4 small pulse or small, just regular small lasers. That's a pretty fantastic mech right there. Similar to the Crab, but it's got a little more space just due to the fact that it's a lighter. It's got that lighter engine. But that is going to be that. Now, let me show you if you want me. If you're like, oh, cool, like Fox actually uses his viewers' mechs and whatnot. If you want to do it, this is what you got to do. You got to go to the MW5 viewer builds, and you can submit a build here. Make sure you follow the rules, though. If you click the pinned comment, it'll show you which mechs we're using. You can choose. You can make a build of anything you want, as long as it is one of the mechs of this category and it doesn't use any modded weapons. So, if you're going to put, a plasma rifle on or some clan weapons, or you're slapping on some endo steel on a mech that wouldn't have it, I can't do that because I don't run any, mods that alter the game. But if you want me to use one of your builds, I will just submit one of these. I will pin it, and then when I have an opportunity, I will recustomize them. I'll use it, the doctor will use it, and then we will revise it if we don't think there's any really issues with it. Then we might leave it as it is. And if we do think there's some issues, we'll try to revise it into something more viable while still trying to keep the mech as close to what you designed as possible. That'll be that there. If you would like, let me welcome some people to join. I'll just welcome you in. If you would like to join the Discord, let me get you an invite. And I will leave you with the schedule so that you can see when we will be streaming next. So, the schedule. Let me get it out real quick. Well, get out of my way, Epic Games. I want to see jigglers right now. Always got to end my streams with, a face full of boobies. Here we go, stream. So, the streams were, so yesterday the 13th, we did MechWarrior 5. We finished Solaris Showdown. And then at 8 p.m., we had a 5.5-hour stream of Nikkei on Twitch. I'm surprised that I was able to make it through that. That was a lot. Today is the 14th. We played MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. We are now at the end of the game, so Lost Tech is allowed. I'm capping about this. I will be playing some games on probably all 3 of these days. I am going to be playing Doom Dark Ages because it will be coming out on the 15th. I will probably revise the schedule and I will post a new one. Because Doom is not a mech-based game, it will be played on Twitch. The rule of the channel is my mech-based content will be on YouTube because, that's just the theme of the channel right now. And anything that is not mech-based so that it doesn't interfere with the YouTube algorithm. Because YouTube wants you to kind of do the same stuff. So, all of the non-mech stuff, if you just want more Get Good Fox action, then I will be on Twitch. If you don't like Twitch, I do upload to my VODs channel, Get Good Fox VODs. And, you can see all the stuff there. Anyways, I think that's pretty good. Thank you guys for submitting your mech builds. I will get more of them ready. I can't do all of them because some of them we are missing weapons and we can't actually complete the build because I need to search for some of the weapons. Some of your builds are submitted for mechs that we don't possess, like the Grasshopper 5M. I just don't have a Grasshopper 5M. And, we'll keep going from there. We still got more work to do. We got to get the Bounty Hunter maxed out because we need his hero mech. You get the bounty, the BH1 or the BH. You get one of the bounty hunter marauders from doing his mission. So we need to do that. And I will find out what time the sheriff has available next week, and we'll get right back into it. Anyways, thanks for being a real chat. It's time for the sheriff and I to dip out, though. So deuces, everyone, and remember that you don't have to be good to get good.